So let's have example number 4. We're going to find the location and magnitude of the maximum deflection of the beam. So how do we be able to determine the location? So concept lang. For example, this is the original position of the beam, and then you have here the supports, which is somehow just like that. And after a load is applied to the beam, then the beam will deflect. So in this position, we'd be able to find the ato lang tarongon o graph. Okay. So in this position, makita nato ang pinaka ubos nga portion sa ato ang beam. Ano lang. So, for example, naa diri ang pinaka ubos, no? Mao na siya ang lowest point. Ang buhaton ra nato is we're going to establish a horizontal line gikan sa kaning nga position. So kana, and mo na ang nag-describe sa iyahang slope. And if, for example, parallel ang atong slope and ato ang original position sa beam, sa atong beam, then therefore slope is 0. So inanaw ra nato siya pag understand. So if that's the case, this portion here sa atong beam, sa kanang nga portion, mapangitaan na nato siya og distance here padong dire, which is just the location of a certain value sa x. Mao ni ang location. So mohapon di ay ang maximum deflection when slope is 0. If that's the case, we're going to use the slope solution, and we have to equate slope equal to 0. So that's what we are going to do later on. Okay, so in this type of problem, ato na lang i-draw ang iyahang deflection, for example, and then let's say na diri dapita here na lang. So we are going to describe this position sa ato ang beam in relation sa imuhang location. So this is the location of the maximum deflection. Okay, so we're going to find that. How? First is we're going to solve for the reaction. So let's have here, I'll call this one as A, this is B, C, D, and E. So this is going to be your RA, and this is your RE. Then of course, naa sa tay resultant diha, and the resultant here is 8,000. So I'm sorry for the background noise. Let us proceed with solving RA and RE. So basically, we're going to have the summation of moment about point E para ma-solve si RA. So you'll have RA times 1, 2, 3, 5 minus 750 times 1, 2, 4. So times 4, then minus 1,000 times 3, then minus 8,000 times 1 equal to 0. So RA, pila tong RA? So it's 750 times 4 and 1,000 times 3 and 8,000 divided by 5. So the answer here is 2,800. And this is in newtons. And also, we're going to proceed with solving for RE. Although what did siya gamit, pwede ra gyud to siya dili solbon, no? Kay makat manggod na siya. So I choose not to solve the RE kay we will be cutting this portion. Okay. So in that case, pwede na nako ma-redraw ang atong beam. Hindi siya masunod. There. I-redraw lang nako ang beam. And then this is the position of our 2,800. Then we have the position of the 750. Then naapod tayo position sa atong 1,000. By the way, this is 1 meter and 1 meter apart. Then here, this is the cutting. So dito lang kutob. Ako lang na siyang i-resume. And then here. And as you observe, this is a load nga dili na kinahanglan og combination of loading. Okay, continuous naman siya hantod sa diri nga end. So ang buhatan na lang nato is continue. And do not forget that you have moment there. By the way, this is also 1 meter. And the resultant here, later on, kuha na to ang resultant. Kaya wala pa madakabaw sa iyahang moment arm. No? Basta, this is 4,000 newtons per meter. Okay, let us express this as a function of here. This one as a function of x. Can I see ya? So I'll have here function of x. Next, for this one, today, this is x minus 1. Then here kanisha, and here this is x minus 2, and this distance here and the 3, this is x minus 30. So i-broken line na lang sabi na to para say r. And then here, there. Okay, so na tayo mga moment arms or distances. So makuha na nato ang resultant aning rectangular load. This is 4,000 times x minus 30. Okay, let us formulate the moment equation now. So the moment equation would be m is equal to 2,800 clockwise, and the moment arm is x, minus 750. Moment arm is x minus 1 minus 1,000 times x minus 2, then minus 4,000 nga resultant times 1/2 of x minus 3. There. Pagkahuman, atong i-simplify, this is 2,000 times x minus 750 times x minus 1 minus 1,000 times x minus 2 minus, this is 2,000, and this is x minus 3 square. Kana. Okay. So, with this, we can now integrate and we will obtain now the slope equation. This is 1,000. Ang anong na, ano siya? 2,800 na. So, hapit masipyat. So, 2,800. Tias din. So, this is 2,800. So, this is 1,400 x minus 750 over 2. And this is x minus 1 square minus 1,000 over 2. Then x minus 2 square. Then minus 2,000 over 3. X minus 3 cube plus C1. So, ato lang i-simplify. This is EI theta equal to 1,400. Ay, no, na siya square diha. 1,400 square minus 750 divided by 2. That's 375. X minus 1 square pata. Square minus 500. Then x minus 2 square minus 2,000 over 3. Then this is x minus 3 cube plus C1. So this is our general slope equation. Next, we are going to integrate further this function. Nawa ang 1,000. Okay. So, this is going to be EI of deflection equal to 1,400 over 3. This is x cubed minus 3,755 over 3. X minus 1. X minus 1 cube minus 500 over 3. This is x minus 2 cube minus 2,000 over 3. X minus 3 to the 4th. Then, kani siya, mahimo na ni siyang 12. Na. Then, plus C1x, then plus C2. So, ito sa siyang i-simplify, we will have EI deflection equal to 1,400 over 3 x cubed minus 125 x minus 1 cube minus 500 over 3 x minus 2 cube minus, that's 2,000, oops, that's 2,000 over 12. Then this is x minus 3 to the 4th plus C1x plus C2. So this is your general deflection equation. Okay. So next is we're going to evaluate the C1 and C2. So evaluate C1 and C2. So we will be looking at the support's placement. So the support is placed at here. This is the location of the support, and this is at x equal to 0, and this is another support, and this is x equal to the length of the beam, which is 5. So that's at A and at E. So let's continue. So here, at point A, there is, A? A has a hinge. So there is a hinge. So that's x equal to 0. So it will give us the value of deflection equal to 0. And then we're going to copy this equation since we need this. Here. So we need this, and then we're going to substitute these values, x equal to 0 and deflection equal to 0. So this is deflection equal to 0. This is equal to 0 since x is 0. Then 0 minus 1 is negative, so this is also 0. Then 0 minus 2 is negative 2, so that's 0. Then we're going to substitute x equal to 0, so 0 minus 3 here. So this is negative 3, so that's 0. And C1 times 0 is 0. So therefore, C2 is 0. So we have the value of C2 already. Let's proceed to the next point, which is at point E. At point E, there is a roller, then that is at x equal to 5 meters. And it will give us deflection equal to 0. Same gihapon nga equation here. And this time, we're going to substitute the values of x, 5, and deflection equal to 0. So deflection equal to 0. Na. So, ako lang i-repeat. This is EI times 0. So, mo na siyang ma-0 na siya. Then that's equal to 1400 over 3 times 5 cubed. Then minus 125 times 5 minus 1 cube minus 500 over 3 times 5 minus 2 cube minus 2000 over 12 times 5 minus 2 plus C1, which is unknown, times 5. Then C2 is 0. So, ato lang i-simplify. This is 1400 over 3 times 5 cube minus 125 times 4 cube minus 500 over 3 times 3 cube minus 2000 over 12 times, no, this is 5 minus 3 kana 5 minus 30 magin nakitaan. So this is 2, and this is to the 4th. So this is okay. And then plus 5C1. So simplifying, so ato lang ni siyang i-collect tanan kaning mga constants or whole numbers or numbers with no variables. So we have 1400 over 3 times 5 cube minus 125 times 4 cube minus 500 over 3 times 3 cube minus 2000. Balik ko na to. 500 over 3 times 3 cube minus 2000 over 12 times 2 to the 4th. Yeah, divided by 5. This is negative C1 is negative 8633.333. So, let me repeat lang basin o natin na sa 1,400 divided by 3 times 5 cube minus 125 times 4 cube minus 500 over 3 times 3 cube minus 2,000 over 12 times 2 to the 4th, then divided by 5 and negative. So that's negative 8633.33. So this is our answer for C1. Since na naman tayo answer sa C1, we can now get the general slope and general deflection solutions. So here, ato lang na siyang i-copy this one and paste it here. And ato lang na siyang i-reson. And this one, C1. Instead of C1, I will be placing it. So, i-place na ko ang negative C1 nga 8633.333. Okay, so this is your hindi siya mo cooperate. What happened? Balik ko na. Tara. And then this is your general slope solution. So although wala siya labot sa atong gipangita, but you have to really indicate this one every time para whenever need ang slope, then naradayon ang solution. Next is we're going to copy for this general deflection. So let's copy this and paste it here. And then we're going to remove C1 and C2, and we're going to replace it with negative 8633.333 x, and then let's copy that para naa siya'y kapariha. And then this will be your general deflection solution. Okay. So, ang gipangita was location of the maximum deflection. So if that's the case, we will be using this formula. Kani siya. So ato na siyang gamiton dire. Mo na atong gamiton. Because as what I have told you ganina sa kani, in getting the maximum deflection, no? In getting maximum deflection, we have to set slope equal to 0. So we need the slope solution. So mo na ni siya ang slope solution. So this is our slope solution here. What we're going to do first is use x equal to 1, but do not spelling, do not substitute Instead, imo ra siyang i-satisfy kung sa every term ma-negative ba siya or ma-zero sa every term. So, for example, if kaning 1 akong i-substitute dira, mo negative pa siya, di ba dili? So, kana siya nga term kay ato na siyang i-appeal. How about this? How about kani? Kung atong i-substitute si 1, mahimong 1 minus 1. So, ma-zero siya. Pasabot, wala na siya ilabot. Also, kanipod, if atong i-substitute si 1, mahimong 1 minus 2. So, 1 minus 2 is negative man. So, negative, of course, wala labot siya sa term. Next, you have x minus 3. I-substitute nato si 1, mahimong 1 minus 3. So, that's negative 2. So, therefore, wala na po siya labot. And dire, wala man na siya variable. So, mauni sila ang atuang i-include sa atong term. So with that, atong i-rewrite that it's EI theta equal to 1,400 x squared and minus 8,633.333. Mao ni ang atuang working formula. And this time, we are now going to substitute theta equal to 0. Ngano galing i-substitute ang theta equal to 0? Kay, satisfy man siya nga at theta equal to 0, we can find maximum deflection. No? Remember that we're using x equal to 1. Pasabot ana, we're expecting nga ang atong value sa x is within the boundaries of 1. So, ibutan nato, it's lesser than or equal to 1. If not, proceed ta sa kung unsay gihatag na x. Proceed to obtain x. Asa nga obtained x? Here. Mao na ato ang boundary line. So, with that, ato ni siyang kopyahon balik. And this is our equation. So we're gonna substitute theta equal to 0. So this is EI times 0 equal to 1400 x squared minus 8633.333. So this is 0 equal to 1400 x squared minus 8633.333. So x di is equal to, ato na lang i-kuan. Ato ni siyang i-transpose to the other side para ma-positive. So, it's going to be 1400 x squared equal to 8633.333. So, x is pila. It's 8633.333 divided by 1400. Then, you get the square root. So, it's 2.483 meters. So karon wala siya ni satisfy. Kani siyang answer wala ni satisfy sa atuang boundary nga x is lesser than or equal to 1. Wala siya ni satisfy. Meaning to say, ang location of maximum deflection is within x greater than or equal to 2 or lesser than or equal to 3. Kay mao man ni ang gi-describe sa kana, di ba? Ang value nga gihatag sa atong x is 2.483. Therefore, the boundary line or limit is between when x is greater than or equal to 2 or less than or equal to 3. So if that's the case, atong i-satisfy. So we will use the greater value. Diba? You have two limits man, no? Two limits, 2 and 3. So instead, use x equal to 3. No? So, mo na itong buhaton. So, we have here. Copy the same formula, kani. This one. So, I'll copy that. General slope solution. Kay we still don't have the value of x man. Kay ang atong gi-expect nga answer ganina kay less than or equal to 1. Pero karon kay ni give man siya answer nga 2.483. So pasabot atong i-change ang boundary line. So we're using x equal to 3. So ato is satisfy. For example, if akong i-substitute si x equal to 3 dira, so naara ang value. How about this? This is 3 minus 1, so positive 2. So naara na siya nga value. So dili na siya mawala. Next, how about this one? This is 3 minus 2. This is positive 1. So kana siya, naagyapo na siya nga term. How about this one? If kani akong gamiton, this is 3 minus 3, so this is 0. So wala na siya labot nga term. No? So there. Wala na siya labot. So atong kopyahon balik. We have EI theta equal to 1400 x squared minus 375 x minus 1 square minus 500 x minus 2 square nya kay wa man nilabot ayog apila minus 8633.333. So mag-expect ta nga ang answer nato is 2 in between 2 or between 3, between 2 and 3. So maybe mga 2.6, 2.4, 2.5, something like that. So atong i-check kung asa jud iyang location. So this time, let us now equate, substitute theta equal to 0. Samok. We have EI times 0 equal to 1400 times x squared minus 375 times x minus 1 square, then minus 500 x minus 2 square minus 8633.333. So this is 0 equal to 1400 x squared minus 375. So this is x squared minus 2x plus 1. Then minus 500 times x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 8633.333. So do not use the shift solve function. The reason kay ang ato ang x is raised to square. So ang x na to nga shift solve function can only give us a value of linear x, meaning x to the power 1 lang. So dili na siya ka-give ni mo absolute value or kanang real number sa imong gipang expect. Maybe yung i-give but the other root. So it's really important to simplify this one. And this is 0 equal to 1400x squared minus 375. Atong i-distribute. Kana siya. There. So 375x squared. Then plus 750x minus 375. Then kanipod. Ato i-distribute. Yeah. So this is minus 500x squared plus 500 times 4, this is 2000 x, then minus 2000 minus 8633.333. Okay, so we're now ready to collect like terms. So ato i-collect ang mga square kana and this one mo na yung mga square. So ato isuwat. So this is 0 equal to 1,400 minus 375 minus 500. So that's 525 x squared. Next natong i-collect like terms the x nga coefficient. So that's 2,000 and 750. So that's plus 2,750 x. And for the last one, the whole number, the constants. So ako lang ginana kaya para madi ko maglibog. This is negative 375 and 2000 and 8633.333. So we'll have negative 11,008.333. Okay, so this is now a quadratic equation. So ato lang na siyang i-transfer. And this one. So i-delete na nato siya. And that. So this is equal to 0. Okay, using your calculator, you have 525 and then 2750 and then negative 11,008.333. So it gives us the value sa x equal to 2.656 meters and the other x is negative 7.894 meter. So as what I have discussed previously, that we don't have a value nga negative x, so therefore wrong na siya. Okay, so therefore the x location is at 2.656. The maximum here na lang. The location of maximum deflection. So nganong mao naman ni ang atong value? Because ni satisfy man siya sa ato ang condition nga ang x value nato will be within 2 and 3. So ang atong value is 2.656. So it's between 2 and 3 gid siya. So this is our final answer for the location. No? There. So that is the final answer for the location. Pero we're not done yet. Nganong wala pa man tanahuman? Because wala pa tay magnitude of the maximum deflection. So how do we say nga maximum deflection na siya when x is equal to 2.656 meters. So kuhaon na to ang deflection solution here. Kani ang deflection solution. So let's copy this para mahuman nata sa ato ang problem. Itong i-copy here. This is the formula of the maximum deflection or equation, solution rather. So atong i-substitute x equal to 2.565 or 656. So this is EI deflection equal to 1400 over 3 times 2.656 cube minus 125 times 2.656 minus 1 cube, then minus 500 over 3 times 2.656 minus 2 cube, then minus 2000 over 12 times 656 minus 3 to the fourth minus 8633.333 times 2.656. Yeah, pagkahuman, this is 0 kay negative man na siya. Yeah, i-simplify lang nato that EI deflection is 1,400 over 3 times 2.656 cube minus 125 times, this is now 1.656 cube, then minus 500 over 3 times 0.656, kaya na minusan naman siya og 2, then minus 0, then minus saan naman siya. Hindi na siya mulihok. Ano man eh. Siya siya. Ano man eh. There. And asa na ta? 565 cube, then minus 8633.333 times 2.656. So EI deflection TO1 naman ko eh. EI deflection equal to it's going to be 1400 over 3 times 2.656 cube minus 125 times 1.656 cube minus 500 over 3 times 0.656 cube minus 8633.333 times 2.656. So we're expecting a negative value. So the value is 14801.232. This is not kilonewtons, but it's newtons cubic meter. And this is our final answer. No? This is our maximum deflection. Pagauman, kaning negative dire means to say that deflection is downward. No? So, palog na lang kog tan-aw sa previous nga examples. That's it for our example number 4.